Greetings, all! Today, we'll be examining the legendary grass-type Pokemon Ogerpon, the Mask Pokémon. Though she might be adorable to most and of little threat at first, Ogerpon is a feisty little lass that can more than use her natural powers and those of the mask she can wear to both uplift others and pummel them into submission to protect those she cares for.
Ogerpon has a small, stout body with a single pair of black legs with 2 toes at the end and a pair of small leaf sprouts on her feet, as well as a green leaf-covered torso with yellow nodules and white 5-petal starflowers. Her arms existing in the form of a pair of shrouded leaf pouches with a trio of different shades of green that she can use to grab a hold of objects, masks, and weapons alike. She has an orange face with black cheek and eyebrow markings, a small mouth with a pair of sharp protruding upper canines, brilliant yellow eyes with white star-shaped pupils, and a ring of black wooded material that surrounds her face and upper body with a quartet of large black spines, the upper set larger than the lower pair. In addition, she can wield a quartet of different masks, with the teal mask having an orange jagged mouthpiece, green 3-pointed sides, black eyes, and a teal barbed crest with terrestrial crystals embedded throughout. Her wellspring mask having a heart-shaped form with different shades of blue striping its form, the face being light blue with a small mouth, blue eyebrows, and black eyes, a pair of terrestrial crystals acting as cheek markings, and the mask turning her arms blue when worn. Her hearth flame mask having a flame shape to it with an orange exterior and red interior, as well as a blue mouth with protruding lower canines, black and orange eyes, and terrestrial crystals embedded in its eyes and forehead, and turning her arms red when worn. And lastly, her cornerstone mask, having a grey bark or stone-like form to it, with a grey body and blue tusk-like projections in its upper mouth, which itself is white and craggy, with protruding black canines and arched eyebrows, terrestrial crystals embedded in its eyes, and flowered lower teeth, turning her arms grey in color when worn.
Ogerpon is the focus of a great story in the Kitakami region, and while said legend may portray them one way, the way in which they act and treat others in said tale could not be farther from the truth.
It was originally said in legend that the Loyal Three, under the demand of Petron, came to the Kitakami region from some far-off land, and one night, when a powerful ogre, namely Ogerpon, appeared and moved to attack the village, these 3 Pokemon rose to the occasion and attacked the evil ogre in an attempt to save and protect the village from its magical and destructive ways, sacrificing their lives in the process. But again, this is far from the truth. The real tale of Ogerpon is that the ogre actually came to the Kitakami region with a human companion, but because of the way that it and its owner looked, very much different from the rest of the people in the region, they were not trusted and were forced to live in a place now called the Dreaded Den to live and survive. However, a mask maker in the region took pity on them and decided to make a series of 4 masks for the 2 of them so that, during the Festival of Masks, they could still come down to the village present there and mingle with others without anyone knowing who they were. Sadly, from some far-off land, the Loyal Three and Petron appeared and sought to attack and steal the masks from them, and did manage to accomplish his feat with 3 of the 4 masks. Enraged and scared for the grievous and possibly fatal harm they committed to Ogerpon's only friend, she followed them to the village at the base of the Oni Mountain and attacked them for stealing the masks, defeating all 3 of them in the process. However, the few witnesses to the event mistook the ogre for being the threat as the only aftermath of the attack was seen, and thus the tale of the misinterpretation spread and was sustained for several generations. It was only with the recent revival of the so-called Loyal Three that the truth of the situation was revealed, and in turn, the legend of these troublemakers in Ogerpon finally set straight for all to know and remember. Ogerpon on its own is an incredibly unique creature, and one of the few mythical and legendary Pokemon known to actually have a gender, the creature being female, and its incredible natural powers are primarily linked to both its spiritual essence and the special masks that grant access to its full power. Even without them, however, Ogerpon is a fierce little warrior and is both mischievous and incredibly curious, loving to explore the world around her and even going to humans in a disguised form to enjoy its time with them. Though small in size, Ogerpon is also extremely nimble and can use that speed to confound enemies, striking with quick movements and vicious little kicks that most don't see coming at first. Aside from this though, Ogerpon is also able to make the most of its power with a specialty attack, the IV Cudgel attack, that is more than a bit different compared to other physical grass-type attacks, for the unique power it draws forth from Ogerpon and its masks in certain situations. The attack itself involves Ogerpon striking an opponent with an IV-covered cudgel, but in truth the weapon itself does not make actual contact with the target, instead projecting an energy-based sheath that strikes the target indirectly, and while the sudden striking force of the attack is enough to ensure that there's a high chance of inflicting a critical hit, it is also quite powerful and is able to change the effects of its elemental damage depending upon what sort of mask Ogerpon is wearing, making it a versatile weapon that can more than leave a lingering sting on anyone that dares to get in the beast's path. This pairs well with the creature's base stats as well, as it shows notable strength in its physical power, special resistances, and overall agility, its base attack, special defense, and speed stats being above average for a fully evolved grass-type Pokemon, more than giving the tools it needs to be a vital threat in combat.
While it is not entirely clear if the full power of Ogerpon was even accessible to it before coming to the Kitakami region, what is known for certain is that it can become capable of demonstrating tremendous power when it is allowed to use a quartet of special masks that have been made for it specifically generations ago to change multiple aspects of its form.
By default, Ogerpon is a pure grass-type Pokemon, and its primary mask is known as the Teal Mask, and is able to draw power from it because of the Terra Crystals that are embedded in the mask. This mask gives it the confidence it needs to stand firm in the face of danger, possessing the Defiant ability, and is the one mask in Legend that its former human partner was able to hold on to after being attacked by the Loyal 3. However, there are 3 other masks that the creature can draw power from, and in every instance, these masks affect the power that Ogerpon is able to wield with great gusto, as well as the nature of its IV Cudgel attack, and what happens to the creature when it terrestrializes in battle. The lattermost attribute being thanks to the signature and body aspect ability the creature acquires when it enters that state in battle. Normally with the Teal Mask, the creature will in signature attack remain pure grass type in nature, and their embodied aspect ability will increase its speed stat when it terrestrializes. In addition, the beast gains a noble control over the world around it, with its power allowing it to bring any withered green plants back to life. If the creature is given its Wellspring Mask to hold, it will become a grass water type Pokemon, acquire the Water Absorb ability, IV Cudgel will become a water type attack, and embodied aspect will raise the creature's special defense stat when it terrestrializes as it becomes a pure water type in that state. In addition, the creature becomes capable of excelling both in offense and defense, ceaselessly moving around like a spring gushes water, attacking relentlessly with great power and rapid strikes, even being able to use the power to stop the flow of a river entirely. If it wears its Hearthflame Mask, Ogerpon will become a grass fire type Pokemon, acquire the Mold Breaker ability, IV Cudgel will become a fire type attack, and a body aspect will increase its attack stat when it terrestrializes, becoming a pure fire type in the process. In addition, Ogerpon will become extremely aggressive, bombarding opponents with the intensity of flames burning in a hearth, or the power needed to turn a simple candle flame into a raging inferno. Lastly, if Ogerpon dons its Cornerstone Mask, it will become a grass rock type Pokemon, acquire the Sturdy ability, IV Cudgel will become a rock type attack, and embody aspect will raise its defense stat when it terrestrializes, further becoming a pure rock type in this state. In addition, it acquires excellent defenses in drawing forth power from stone, absorbing impacts solidly like the cornerstones to support houses with a body that is rock solid, protecting it from all manner of attacks and granting it the power to completely split even the hardest of stones in two. No matter what type of mask it embodies for power, Ogerpon as a whole is an incredibly versatile creature, and more that demonstrates the enormous power it wields to make itself a noble threat when it must defend and even test those that it considers to be true allies and friends.
I feel really sorry for this little lass, and all that she had to go through with the Loyal 3 and Petulant, and even more so about the misinformation that had been spread for generations about the lot. On the one hand, if you see a total scene of carnage, and there's really only one person left standing, it is understandable how one could get the wrong impression from it, but at the same time the propagation of it all without people understanding the truth is just cruel, and I am now thankful that the truth of the matter has been cleared up with the natives of the Kitakami region. That aside, Ogerpon is an utterly adorable little gal, and has so much spunk to her that it's honestly amazing that she's also a highly skilled combatant on top of all that. With IV Cudgel in hand, she can deal a ton of damage with her powerful physical attacks, and the fact that her type and powers can also change depending upon the special type of mask she wears makes her an incredibly versatile force to be feared in any case. I can't see whether or not most will ever get the chance to see her in action, but as one that luckily has, I can say that this little gal packs a hell of a punch for someone that looks so cute that I just want to hug her and never let go.
While she might not give off the vibe of a terrifying fighter in appearances alone, Ogerpon is a powerful entity that can more than make herself a total threat worth fearing and revering all the same. The chances of spotting this creature outside of her home where others can see her might be slim, but anyone that has a chance to encounter this critter will find her to be a virile target to take on in any fight.
Just do yourself a favor and make sure that you keep your hands off her masks if you don't have permission to hold them, or she'll gladly use whatever ones are at her disposal to pummel you all the way into the emergency room, and even a casket if you don't give the little lady the respect she truly deserves.
Thank you all for watching this video. It always brings me great joy to see others enjoying the work I do to try and make the world of Pokemon and the fascinating creatures that lay inside of it feel as real as they possibly can. If you really enjoy my work, please feel free to leave a comment and subscribe, as I always do my best to respond to any and all comments that are left on my videos. In addition, if you wish to learn more about my work and help support it, you can find links to my Patreon page, as well as email and other contact information to my work on DeviantArt in the video description down below. Furthermore, you can find a link to my Discord server there as well if you'd like to get a first glimpse at what videos are coming up next and converse with other fans of the world of Pokemon. Thank you for taking the time to watch this, and have a wonderful rest of your day.